but I had this mentality, well, I have this in the bag. I know how to be an RA. I know how this can happen. And the biggest lesson I learned that year was that community happens whether you're there or not, and whether you make those connections or not. Now, that's not to say that all of you should go make personal connections within the first few weeks. That's the way to make a good community on your floor. That's just one aspect. But in my experience, I did do that my second year, and it made things harder for me for the rest of the year because I had to get back to developing. So, that's just a little personal story. And so now we're going to start things off with an activity. So I want everyone to stand up. And this half of the room is going to go to that side, and this half of the room is going to go to that side. Tell us, leave your stuff out of your room. This is going to take So try to crowd to one side of the room. Okay. So now what I want you to do is, this group over here, you're going to end up on this side of the room after this activity, and this group, you're going to end up on that side of the room after this activity. Or at least this part. So, what I want you all to do is walk across the room as if this is the first day you've moved into your building. It's the first time you're seeing everybody. You don't really know everybody, but you're just trying to maybe meet some people, but it's the first day. So, go. You're ready? What's up? Take note of how that felt. Take note of the energy that might have been flowing around during that whole exercise right there. Now, imagine it's the last day, it's move-out day, and you've made a great connection on your floor. Everybody's your best friend. Not everybody, but some people. And so now you're saying goodbye to each other, or at least you're saying, hey, I'll see you in a couple weeks for summer. This has been a great year. Go.
Hey, I'll see you.
We gotta listen up. My water's through the mic, but I guess my voice isn't loud enough. Anyway, okay, so we kind of want some feedback from you all. So someone want to, how did it go? How was the activity for you all? What were some of the feelings or emotions that you saw from the first one to the second one? Anyone? Yeah.
I just like for the second one, I saw a lot of different emotions. I saw some people were just like exhilarated to go back home, and then some people were crying, and it was just, you know, very extreme, I feel like. So some people had a good time, but always got to hear other people.
Good to know. Good to know. Anyone else? Yeah. Oh yeah, if you could say your name before you speak, that'd be great.
I'm Stefano. When leaving, saying bye, if you didn't know the person, it's like, damn, I wish I knew this person. So I wouldn't want that to happen.
Definitely. Any other insight from some people? Yeah.
It went from handshakes to hugs.
Yeah. Very true. Others? Yeah.
I think my name is Jesse. The first time around, it was a little bit awkward, but I was more willing to put myself out there and be like, "Hey, how are you?" Because I didn't know you. Whereas if, like Stefano said, the second time when it was more of a vibe, it was like, "Okay, bye, I'm sorry."
What?
Yeah, I'm like, I think the first initial meeting, it was like you were kind of pushing yourself to meet as many people as you could, so you're a little more nervous. But I don't know why the second time it was easy.
Good. Any other ones? Yeah.
Because I already did this before, so like in my head I'm like, I hope they debunk their beds, turn their RCRs. That's what my mindset was. So just pop flashbacks.
Exactly what we were going for. Thank you very much.
When I'm joining, I felt like in the first part, everybody was kind of quick, like, hey, hi, how are you? Oh, okay, cool, see you. But then like the second one, it was like much longer, like making new braces. It was like trying to make that in the class and in the class.
Any others? Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of strange because like I've met kind of my staff, that's it, and it's like you kind of know them. So when you're saying like hi, it's like funny, I just met you. But then like when I hug certain people, I was like, this is actually going to be sad when I'm leaving. Like this isn't just fake; that's going to happen. So
Definitely. And so basically what we wanted to get out of the activity was everything that you all said. Stuff for you, no, I'm just kidding. That too, that's also important. It's also important. But we kind of, what the goal of that was to kind of begin with the end in mind. And so you all are going to have your residents be here in 3 weeks, and it's going to be a really, really exciting time. It's going to be full of energy, just like it was in that activity. But it's going to come quick. The end is going to come quick, and you want to make sure that you start building that community with the end in mind, knowing that you have a vision and something that you want to see at the end of the year, what kind of relationships you want to build with your floor. So that's really important. I was an RA as well, just like Casey was saying, so I'm going to give you a little bit of my insight. Similar to Casey, I was an RA in SANCAT my first year, and an RA in Santa Rosa my second year. The first year, same thing. I was like really, really excited, made sure I made personal connections with all my residents, went door to door, I had my door open all the time. I was talking to Allie Miller because she was mine. I'm so proud of her. Look at her now. And so I really, really went the extra mile to try to make sure that the community was being built. And then in Santa Rosa, similarly, I was like, oh, I got this. Ain't no big deal. And I didn't put in as much effort. And the community changed completely. It built itself, but it wasn't exactly the way I wanted it to. It got a little bit more cliquey. The building community wasn't there. The floor community wasn't necessarily there, and I had to kind of work on that through winter and spring to make that happen. And so you're going to see some changes between if you are first year, second year, whatever it is, but make sure that you do have a vision and that you are trying to plan ahead accordingly. The other thing is, in SANCAT, the location of my room was a little bit different, and so was the common space and things like that. And so it's important for you to take a look at what the building's like, the setup. There's lots of different aspects that are going to go into community. It's not just going to be, are they just first year residents, or is it how many programs I'm doing, or am I making personal connections? But it's going to be a lot of different things, and so lots to take into consideration. But yeah, so that was my experience. I'm going to pass it on to Lynn for some additional tips.
I have mine. Oh, just to time myself. So, yeah. So my story about community is that when I was an RA, things were completely different. It was about the year 1865, very, very long time ago. And really, we